I'm not fighting for them, man. I'm not. I'm gonna go into the forest, and whoever tries to draft me there, they're getting popped, man. They're honestly getting popped. I'm giving my life for this shit. You know, I've been seeing the shit that's been going on in Ukraine, how they drag those guys into the battlefield, literally drag them out and hit them and punch them. And they're not doing that shit to me, man. You know, because I'm going to be fucking stalked. I'm going to be stacked. You know, fuck them. Seriously, fuck them. You know, and I just woke up with rage today. You know, I just really woke up like, I'm like, damn, this is really the unfairness. You know, this is the, you know, I wish I could bring someone to a concert. The whole thing about a fucking concert is I go with no one. I have to be out there in the fucking trenches, you know. You know, they talk about for the streets, for the streets, for the streets. No fucking woman is for the streets, man. Their demand is too fucking high to be in the streets. What are you talking about? For the streets, for the streets. She's gonna be in the streets. You know who's in the streets? Men. Men are the ones who are in the street. You know, not women. The fuck are these fuckers talking about? Delusional, out of touch fuckers, you know. And the propaganda work for them. They're exactly where feminists want them. You know, that's why they, oh, incels, go touch grass. Go, like, if we don't fucking actively fucking touch grass. You know, I'm an incel. I talk to women. I actually go out. I danced with a woman 2 weeks ago for 2 hours. I do all of this, and I still am an incel. You know, it just goes to show how garbage it is. I wouldn't be surprised if all these motherfuckers are bots, honestly. They're all fucking NPCs, AI. You know, this sucks, man. This sucks being like this. If I was a female, I would never plan out any of this. I will never be like this. I would never have these fucking intrusive thoughts and these demons and nothing. You know, and when I think about where are they now, you know, the people that created me into a demon, all this shit, you know, where are they now? You know, they're in Paris, you know, they're flying out to Paris, you know, my abusers, my female abusers, they're in Paris celebrating their anniversary, their 10-year anniversary with their high school sweetheart. You know, they're getting fucking cars. Literally, I have one who had the rest of her car paid off by a fucking simp she dated. Beta. This woman, you know, she's like a high-tier Becky. She's not even a Stacy. Brutal, man. You know, just easy mode. Life on easy mode. You know, many people, I don't know what are the male benefits. There's no fucking male benefits. Because every male benefit a woman has already. But we don't have that same benefit. You know, loneliness is a very huge driver of suicide, of mental health issues, of all this stuff. You know, and all men come with it. All men come with that privilege of being suicidal for not having someone. You know, being mentally ill, mentally rotten for not having someone. And that is a privilege that women do not have. Well, it's not a privilege, you know. But I'm talking like they talk about us, how we have fucking privileges, which is male loneliness. I guess that's the only privilege. Because when you think about it, what the fuck do we have that women don't? You know, we get drafted, they don't. You know, we suffer with loneliness, they don't, because their desirability is through the roof. Their social circles they're just more social creatures. I just don't get it, man. You know, I don't get it. You know, I just woke up with anger. I'm just like, fuck. That really pissed me off. The fact that she's had, literally 3 out of 10, y'all. I'm not even joking. I wish I could show a picture of her. Gorlock the fucking Destroyer. Literally Gorlock the Destroyer. Like, that's absolutely brutal, man. You know, this is why I fall into my unpopular opinions. You know, I don't mind, man. You know, I'm suffering. I don't give a shit what people think is right and wrong. I don't give a shit, man, what people think is legal and illegal. I just don't give a shit anymore. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. You know, simple as that. They've never been in my shoes. They will never understand me. You know, it just sucks. Like, I'm thinking, like, how do I get There isn't, man. The world is pushing you to fucking commit suicide. Literally. Well, not literally. Because I'm not committing suicide, man. Well, I am. But only until I get caught and I get sentenced to life in jail. Only until then do I go into my cell. I take off my uniform and I wrap it around the fucking curtains or bed frame or something, you know. It's not over till the fat lady sings. Because even if I get caught, I completely forget about that. There's a lot of cases with my demons. I've been seeing them on YouTube. They pop up, you know. With my demons, they get caught. They have fucking Saul Goodman. Like I said, you know, I say all this to vent and rant and blow off steam. You know, I never mean none of this. I'm just mad right now. And I want to find, you know, I just woke up mad. I really woke up mad. You know, I'm really fucking mad right now. Every woman in my life never has to suffer like I do. Never. Meanwhile, all my friends suffer like me. All of them. You know, we lost, man. You got to take defeat. You know, just going back to the demon rant, you know. This feels right, man. I don't know why this feels right. Like, this feels right. This is the life that I think God planned for me. If I get away with it or if I don't. You know, this is the life I need, man. This is the life I need. You know, it's just, fuck, it sucks to be like me. You know, to desire a woman like this. For them to hold you of your sanity. Like, that's so brutal. For them to hold that sanity over you. I've been on the self-love, men sent their own way. Men sent their own way crap. For about 7 years, man. It doesn't work, man. If it worked on me, it would have worked already. I would have found peace. I would have found comfort in being single. In being alone. It simply just doesn't work, man. I have to let it go. I have to let it go and I have to accept. You know what? If acquiring her kills me, so be it. You know, so be it. You know, that's the end of me. Fuck it. So be it. You know, that's why I'm pushing all my life to head into that direction. I don't even fucking know, man. Sometimes I wake up with urges. Right now, I'm already heading into that trajectory in the past 2 to 3 years. Because I just don't see my lifespan making it past that. You know. And in those 2 to 3 years, I plan to create my whole fucking book. Drop it. See if they like it. If they don't, fuck them. I'm going with plan B. All this stuff. You know, but I do get, with days like this, I do get those urges where I'm like, let me sell every car I own. Let me sell my entire business. Fuck it. All the inventory, just wholesale it. You know, let me get a big loan. And let me take survival classes right now. You know, bushcraft. How to go deep in the forest and fucking build something out of nothing. How to survive completely. Take tests like that. Go a couple weeks with just a knife, just a multi-tool. And go. You know, just go and see if I could live in the wilderness, live in the forest. You know, like I really get that urge sometimes. I'm like, you know, if I sell all my cars and buy a lifted, reliable truck like a 4Runner, you know, and just head off into it. Buy a piece of land far, deep in the forest, deep. You know, chop down trees there, build a cabin there, everything. Like, I get those urges, but I can't, man. I can't go out without trying. And in this case, trying, I mean my book, you know. It just sucks, man, you know. They left me to rot. They fed me to the wolves. Society fed me to the wolves. You know. Like, this just sucks, you know. This really sucks. And when I think back on it, I'm like, damn. You know, it really had to turn out this way. But anyways, you know, I think I'm going to just leave it at that.